Okay. If you happen to be watching the show now, the winning number is now roll. Why don't we just post numbers here on the desk every night?
That'd be good. Sure.
But no winners. Just we'll put a number there. Anyway, Tommy Newsom. Mr. Newsom is going to be performing with the United States Air Force Band's Jazz Ensemble.
Wow.
Airman of Note on Friday, September 28th. That's this Friday. At the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. in a concert celebrating the 40th anniversary and reunion of the Airman of Note. Good for you, Tom.
Yeah.
Lots of little goodies. Tomorrow night, folks. Big night for us here. At 9:30 on NBC. 9:30, I guess, on the East Coast. 9:30 on the West Coast. And it would be
8:30. You seem to be looking for that number, so I just gave it to you.
8:30 to 10 o'clock in the Midwest is our anniversary show. Celebrating our 28th anniversary. We got a lot of good stuff. We have a lot of things. Most of the stuff you're going to see tomorrow, we've really tightened the show up. We're doing small little pieces because we were going back and showing Ed Ames throwing that tomahawk too many times.
Yeah.
So this is pretty much stuff from last year, and we've got, look at the people going to be on the show. Kirstie Alley, George Carlin, Dana Carvey, George Foreman, Charles Grodin, Jay Leno, Richard Lewis, Dudley Moore, Bob Newhart, Deborah Norville. Doesn't she do an imitation, if I remember?
Yes.
Yes, Deborah Norville. Super Dave Osborne, Joe Piscopo, Tony Randall, Don Rickles, Jerry Seinfeld, Lily Tomlin.
Nice lineup.
It's not a bad lineup. So be with us tomorrow at 9:30. And, and of course, we will announce the winning McMillions number. Has anybody won on that thing? Didn't they just start this?
Very new.
It's all over.
Roll over once.
You mean nobody won?
First time.
It's like a lottery, like a lotto. So nobody won the winning number, so that means they got to watch again tonight. And if nobody wins tonight, it
Rolls over.
how long can this roll over?
30 days.
30 days?
Then they have to pay off.
Then they have to pay off. Who do they pay off if nobody
I have
wins?
no idea.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like a great contest.
Sure does. NBC's really going to get angry, man. Never thought I'd see the day in this business where you had to give people money to watch a show. But, how much? Littlefield was sitting over in his office. Why can't he just shut up? We're into it. We're going to do it. We're stuck with it. And Carson is on it. It's a swell contest.
Yeah.
Right. Swell contest. Happy to be associated. Just put the numbers right under the desk here. Win money. Watch a show. Anyway, I think it's probably enough of that, don't you think?
I think so, yes, especially in view of your salary. They have to get listeners.
I don't have to gain mine from many sources. I don't have insurance scams. I don't have... I don't mean scams. I don't mean that.
Wait a minute.
No, I don't mean that.
One of my revered sponsors?
I didn't mean that.
One of the largest companies in America?
No, I didn't mean that. I meant the magazine scam.
No. You're calling Time Life magazine?
You know I'm joking.
Yeah.
But you gather your income from many sources.
Yes.
Star Searcher, I see you on the tube.
Well, you
do this
take
really
such a big chunk out of here, there's not much left for us.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's the way it should be. But how many of you have seen this rather intriguing magazine, the latest issue of Life?
Yeah.
They say, according to Life, I don't know how you select these, most 100 most important Americans of the 20th century. I suppose by important they mean the people who had the greatest influence or have made a big change in our lives. And what last name would you guess comes up 3 times in this list? There are no presidents in here at all. That's intriguing. No presidents whatsoever. The name that comes up 3 times is Wright, W-R-I-G-H-T. Frank Lloyd Wright, the famous architect. Orville Wright and Wilbur Wright. Besides the high-profile names like Helen Keller is in there, Walt Disney, Henry Ford, I think Marlon Brando did make it, did he not? Thank you, Stan. Got a mind like a Cray computer over here. Probably shows that computer. We're working with an abacus. I'm in a silly mood tonight. Let me check this. Wall. Wow. All right. I thought Brando was one of the few actors in here. I still think he is.
Yeah.
Does anybody know for sure over there? What?
Staff, what do you think?
Jeff? Anyway, here's some names you may not be familiar with, and most of them probably are. Raymond Lloyd, you remember Raymond Lloyd, the famous designer? He died in 1986. He designed the Cold Spot refrigerator, the 53 Studebaker, Nabisco cookie shapes, the Coke bottle, Skylab, the U.S. Post Office Eagle. Very inventive. Robert DeGraff. Now, I did not know this name. Who died in 1981. Does that name ring a bell to you?
Not big.
He was the publisher who invented the 25-cent paperback and put them in drugstores and train stations. Willis Carrier. Does that name should ring a bell?
One person.
Well, he passed away in 19... He was, I guess, the New York engineer who was credited with invented air conditioning, or I guess the most modern air conditioning. Now, that's an interesting issue.
Yeah.
An interesting list of people, but these people have already received all their awards and a lifetime adulation. But how about the least important Americans? Yes, don't they deserve a mention? We think so.
They do.
They do, and we have some pictures of these people. The least important Americans. If you'll have to watch the monitor, this is the least important psychic who ever lived. Rostadamus. Every Thanksgiving, he tried to contact the ghost of Colonel Sanders by yelling into the openings of 100 fried chickens. The least important psychic.
There's more?
Trouble in River City. Okay, did you folks watch the monitor, or are you trying to see these from where you're sitting? Are the monitors on?
Yes. They can see them good.
They can see real good. All right, let's try this again, folks. Now, this is the least important librarian of the 20th century, Louis Decimal. Now, what made him least important, Louis cut out the dirty words from every book in the library and papered his entire rec room with F's. Turn the monitors off. And we'll see how it will... This is the least successful sporting figure of the last 90 years. This is jockey Willie Windmaker. Willie's only triumph was when he won the Belmont Stakes by eating all the other horses.
Now you're talking.
Hey, Ronald.
Now
Monitors on. Okay. This is baseball's not-so-great no-win Ryan. Ryan had the lowest batting average in the major leagues, but he was popular with the fans because he could catch a fly ball while scratching himself in 2 different places. The man on the right, that's right, the man on the right, was the worst male stripper of this century, Gypsy Rose Leroy. He opened up a strip club for easily impressed women called Shrimpendales. This lady is America's least important fast food mogul, Mert McDonald's. Here's Mert working on a statue in front of the world's worst burger joint, Bob's Big Sissy Boy. Save your applause. Here's the least effective superhero in history, Stain Man. Stain Man's only super ability was he smelled more powerful than a locomotive. And here is the least popular lounge pianist team in history, the fabulous Tammy Faye Baker Boys. Why not? We don't have time to try these out, folks. You are the judge. You're the first audience has ever seen these. Oh, you're lucky. This is the telephone boiler room at the least successful small business in America. A phone service for lonely women with head calls called 976 Smith Brothers. I knew that was going to get Zippo. Okay. You have to look at this closely. In the rear is America's least renowned garden expert, Lee F. Blower. Lee invented the world's most unattractive weed trimmer, the slob whacker. This is the Wright brothers' all but forgotten sister, Shopwright. She was a little on the fast side. She dated a pilot a full year before Wilbur and Orville invented the plane, which would have been impossible. What is it, Fred?
Good time for commercial.
Oh,
You're probably right. Let me see if I got a big one in here.
be nice to go out with a big finish.
But nice to have any of them as a big one. This is the least influential car manufacturer of the century, Henry Ford. Seen here with the auto, he invented the 1934 Carson. I like this one, though. This one really is great.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
Sure, you sit here and boo and hiss. And when I say I got a good one, sure.
Sure. But you told me about your comic genius, so
all
go
right.
ahead.
This is the least important ladies' man of the 1920s, Rudolph Valentini. Rudolph sent this picture out to 600 women with a caption, "If you sit backwards on a chair, I'll buy you a butter churn."